Hello and welcome, this is Bulldog Games. Just one thing before we get started into this new series and build this shop style system in Unreal Engine 5. I want to thank everyone who's subscribed to my channel. We have now hit 100 subscribers and I literally counted every single one. So if you haven't subbed, then please do, as I would like to give videos to the community. I want to create content that I believe the community would like to see. So there'll be plenty of votes to decide what sort of series I will do next. This was one of the votes, and about 7 people picked this. So I'm gonna start building this shop style system. In this episode, we're literally just gonna get the fundamentals done, and then in the next episode, we're gonna increase that and start getting the inventory system done, and where you can buy and sell items. So in this is just a brand new third person template. I've done nothing to it, it's literally just brand new. What I've done, the first thing that I always like to do is just create myself a new folder and just call this shop keeper. Okay, now this is so I know that everything for my game is in this folder. Okay, so when we find the blueprint, when we get the blueprint for the third person character, we can put it into this blueprint, and then that's how we can work. So we're going to create a folder, blueprints, and we're also going to create a folder just for now called widgets, because it's going to be it's going to rely on widgets to make this work. Okay, so we do need to find the third person character, so I'm going to grab it here and grab this here, and I'm going to move this into the shopkeeper. Yes, that's fine. So in the shopkeeper now, we have these two, and then move them into the blueprint. Yeah, that's fine. And we're going to go into the third person character. It's just opened on my other screen, so once that loads, I'll bring it across. Anytime today will be nice. There we go. Alright, so as you can tell, it's just a generic basic third person character. Now the first thing we need to do here is add a variable. Now this variable isn't going to matter so much, but we do need it here. So this is literally going to be coins. Okay, so you're going to get the best of both worlds really. You're going to have a bit of inventory system, you're going to have a bit of UI, you're going to have a currency system all built into this. I'm aiming for around about 10 episodes on this. My farming system's coming to a close, and I'm hoping that this is going to take over. So the coins is going to be an integer. Okay, so we get full numbers, and we're going to literally have it as 100 to start off with. Now we don't need to set that, it's going to start that straight away. We don't need to put in any begin play or anything like that. So the reason for this is that if we come into shopkeeper and we go into widgets, we need to create ourselves a new HUD widget. Okay, so let's just not a folder, delete that. Right click, user interface, widget blueprint, user widget, and we're going to call this HUD widget. Okay, so this is going to be the main HUD widget. We're going to add a canvas panel as they don't come installed, and we're going to compile and we're going to save that. Close that down, we do not need this just yet. So now on the third person character, we need now to make a reference towards that HUD widget. So on begin event play, I always do this, and if you watch my videos before, you'll see I always create a function, call one casting, and call one widget small. Okay, we're going to compile, we're going to save both of them, and we're going to go back to the event graph. So the first one that's going to come in is the widget spawn. So we bring this up here, hold S, click to add a sequence. So this does many things. Okay, so if you have quite a lot of things that you want to run off begin event play, you don't want it too long, you do it this way, and then cast it. Okay, so every time the game starts, it's going to spawn the widgets, and then it's going to go through all the casting stuff that you need. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is open up the widget spawn. We're going to put it in, we're going to create a widget. Okay, and the widget that we're going to create is the HUD widget. Now the owning player is self, so we do not need to do that, but you can add the reference as self, or can we edit as player pawn? I don't actually think we need that. Right click, promote to variable, and this is going to be the HUD reference, okay? And we're going to compile that and we're going to save. And then from here we're going to add to viewport. Okay, so add to view port of HUD ref. For some reason it's done that. I think I dragged it off the wrong one. There we go. So anything that we add into this HUD widget will relay on stream. There we go. So for example, if we just put a bit of text, just easy as that, if we just put a bit of text in the middle, change this text to hello world, compile, save, play. It's going to add that to the screen. So anything now we add into this HUD widget, it could be a box, it could be a picture, it could be anything, it's going to start on the screen for us. And that's exactly what we want it to do from this casting. So the reason why I put my widget spawns and my casting spawns into here is specifically because it keeps it neater. You know where to go to. If you want to cast, bang it straight into function casting. If you want to add another widget to the screen, then bang, widget spawn. Now, the first thing we need to do is go back into here and create a new user interface widget. And this is going to be called inventory. Okay. We're going to create another one. And this is going to be inventory slot. Oh, inventory underscore slot. And we're going to create one more, and this is going to be the shop. Okay, so we're going to create one more, and we're going to call it shop underscore widget. And we're going to save that. Now, what we need to do now is, obviously, with the inventory, for example, we just want to quickly make a size box. Want a size box? I think we want a size box. And add a border to that side. Change the colour of this to a grey. Doesn't really matter. Make it a bit see-through. We're going to make it a desired width. Custom screen width, so we're going to put the height as 500 and the width is going to be 300. So there you go. So this is our inventory. Our next thing is our slot. We need an overlay. Okay. And we're going to put this as desired, so we're going to need an overlay. And then on that overlay we're going to need a button. And then on that button we're going to need an image. Okay? And then on that button we're going to need an image. Now we're going to sort all these out in the next episode. But for now I will get rid of all the padding because we don't need the padding on that. If you go up to the top and type padding, get rid of the padding on that. What the f... Okay. Let's bang it in 0. There we go. Right, so the button now, the padding 0, the padding 0. So now when we compile save, it's just the image. Okay. So any image on here, this image is going to be called thumbnail. Let's go item thumbnail so we know what it is. Item underscore thumbnail, and it's a variable. Save, and then the button is going to be the item. Okay, the item button, and that's a variable. So we're going to compile. We're going to save that. So that's the inventory slot done. This is the inventory. This border box here, we'll be able to add something to that later on when we start making the inventory system, so we can generate the grids. They can generate the inventory slots. So we do not need any of these at the moment. Now what we need to do is open up the shop widget, and this is going to be a size box, pretty much the same sort of thing. Let's go custom on screen. Let's put it at 600 width by 400 thingy. This is going to be the shop, so I'm going to add some. I'm going to add a border to this. Why do I keep spelling border like that? So we're going to add a border to this. Obviously, change the color again to that, and bring it a bit transparent for us. Then on top of this, we're going to add a vertical box. And then on this vertical box, we're going to add a text. Okay. Just so this text here says shop. Just so we know which one's what. Compile, save. And we'll do the same in the inventory for now. So on this border, add a vertical box. And then in this vertical box, add text. And we're going to get this to say inventory. Right. So now if we go into the HUD widget and we go under, click on the search palette and we go to user created, we've got them all here. So we can drag in our inventory if we wish to what size we want. We can add in our shop widget if we wish to whatever size we want. Press compile, save and play. We now have them on our screen. Okay, but the aim is to, when we press tab, the inventory opens. When we press tab, the inventory closes. Okay, so that we can sort that out in a little while, but what we're going to do is the shop first. So we're going to get rid of the inventory and we're going to get rid of the shop and we're going to get rid of the hello, because we do not need this at the moment. We're going to compile, we're going to save. Go back to the third person shopkeeper and we're going to create a new thing and we're going to call it an actors. No, we're going to call it shop. Open this up, we're going to right click blueprint class and we're going to get an actor. Okay, and this actor is going to be shop underscore trigger. Okay, for now. So this is going to be a trigger. So we need to add a box collision. And I always like to show it in game so we know where it's going to stand. Plug in. There we go. We know it's going to stand there. And we can make it bigger, smaller, or however we want it in this view. Okay, there we go. So when we go into here, we know that that is what's it called. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a box in front of it as some sort of counter. Okay, so when we go up to this counter, when we stand in that trigger, it's going to open up the shop widget. So go back to the shop trigger and rename this as shop trigger. Compile, save. So now when our third person character, so if we're going to, for example, the main thing, go back to here, go to blueprints, right click, we go into blueprints and go interface, and we want to call this shop interface. Okay, and what this shop interface is going to be called is obviously open shop. Okay, we're going to add another one to close shop. Okay, and that's all we're going to need in a minute. So we need to go into the third person character, go to class settings and add the interface. So shop interface, compile, save, and then go into the shop trigger, class settings, add shop interface, press compile and press save. So now these have both got the interfaces to open and close shop. As you can tell here. So this event shop open here is what we want to do to this, to a specific trigger. So when we go, our capsule component here, when our capsule component collides with this box, we want it to do something. Okay, so first things first, on begin play again, add a function, call it casting, because we're going to cast for now. And then off here we're going to cast to third person character, pull off here, get player pawn, and then promote to a variable. I always get rid of the as BP third person character, just leave it as third person character, compile, save. Go back to the event graph and pull out that casting and plug it into the event play. Okay, so what we need to do is on the viewport we want to grab the box, we want to right click, add event on component begin overlap, and we want to right click, add event on component end overlap. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is on component begin overlap, we want to check to see if it has the shop does implement interface, which is the shop interface, and put it into a branch. On component begin overlap, so from here what we want to do, if it's true, we want to create widget, and the widget that we want to create is the shop widget, and the owning player is player controller, maybe, yeah, probably, we'll have to see. And then out of here, add to viewport. Now I don't think it's going to work, I think they changed it, but we could try it. Shop. Okay, so it's opened up the shop. It's going to keep opening them, yeah? So what we want to do now is obviously on end component overlap. On end component overlap, we want to remove this widget. So what we want to do is right click this and promote to variable and call this shop widget. Connect it up. There you go. Compile, save. On begin overlap here, so obviously when we're beginning overlap, we're checking to see if it has a shop interface interacted. If it does, then we want to create the store. Okay, but now on end overlap, we want to remove the store. Okay, so we need to grab the shop widget and remove from parent. So now when we walk into here, turns it on, we walk out, turns it off. Okay, but this is, so obviously we don't want these to trigger until we press E on them. But for now, when we're in this, yeah, so when we're in this like this, we still have our reference to our third person character up here. Okay, so we want to grab that third person character for now, and we want to get the character. Do we want to get the character movement component? Maybe not. No, we don't want the movement. What do we want? I can't remember what it is now. Oh, I need a builder. Now you know I work as a builder. Is it a controller? No. What is it? I can't remember what it bloody is now. But people are screaming at me, going, "Why is fucking that? It's that, mate. It's that." Ain't a character movement controller, I don't think. No, what was it? I really can't remember now. What was it? What was it? What was it? I know what it was, but I can't remember what connects to it. It ain't the third person. Oh. I don't think it was the controller either. It wasn't a controller. It might have been player controller. Yeah, okay, well, it was the player controller. It wasn't a movement controller, it was the player controller. Right, so we want to set show mouse cursor. Sorry about that fucking brain fart. It is 20 past 12 and I have been at work all day. So set game AI. Set. Oh my god. UI. Set input mode, that's it. Set set input mode. Yeah, set input mode game and UI only. Okay? That's what we're gonna do. And the widget to focus is not going to be a widget. Well, we can drag it into this widget if we really wish to. And do want to lock on full screen. Hide cursor during caption. Yeah. Now what we want to do is copy this. Control C and bring it down here. Control V. Connect this up. Show the mouse cursor. And this is just game mode. Set input game mode only, and the player controller is going to be boom there. Compile, save, play. So now when we move into here, we're going to be able to clove and click and do what we want. We can stop the mouse from moving. Okay, and then when we walk out, the cursor is going to be gone. So flyby shop. So quickly run in, do what we need to do, and walk out. Now we will add. So when we press E on this, it will, as soon as we press E, it will do it. But this is just specifically just to get it working. So as you can tell, if you're not in the box, it goes away. If you are in the box, it stays there. Okay. We want to sort of disable movement. So if we can get the third person character, we can get the third person character out and get movement. Where are you? Get the character movement. Get character movement. There it is. And then out of here, disable. Disable movement and connect that up. And then we want to Control C this, and then that's end overlap, sorry. So this one is enable movement. So we've got disable movement, and then we've got movement. Set movement component. Hang on a bloody minute. So disable movement, enable. But if you disable, hang on a minute, if you disable the movement, how the fuck are you going to get out of the box? Because it's going to click on here and then disable. We're going to be able to move. But if we walk out the box at any spot. So theoretically, this is for, so for example, say this is a doorway, you walk in, and as soon as you walk in, boom, you get hit with a shot. I want to buy boom, 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 bang, thank you very much, and off you go. Okay, another way you can do it is do it on the widget. So I ain't going to show you now, but you can do, because I'm going to wrap this up and get ready for the next episode. What you could do is, for example, this shop, you can add this as a visibility. So you can go down and find out the visibility of this size box, for example. So if you type in visibility up here, you can set the visibility to collapsed, and then on here, so for example, it's invisible as a start, but when you go into the third person character and press E on it, it will then set the shop widget to visible. We will sort that out in the next episode. This was just literally an introduction to the series and to let you know that the series is coming. And what we will do, we will build this up over the next 10 episodes. Like, again, thank you so much for helping me reach the 100 subscribe limit. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit the bell icon too if you want to see them as they come out regularly. Like I said, this is a hobby for me. I really enjoy it, and I'm glad that I can help a few people through that Unreal Engine journey. But anyway, on that bombshell, thank you so much for watching. This is Bulldog Gaming and Bulldog Games, and I'm Matt. Ta.